Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Spirit Walking with Spirit Walker. Hello, my name is Spirit Walker. I'm your host, and I'm out here at the Creek Walk today. I thought I'd come out here on this beautiful Saturday and see what's going on down at the Creek Walk. And I think I want to take you on a walk along the creek. We're going to walk up the creek along the walking path that you've seen me shoot at Pratt Park and around the pond and things like that. We're just going to walk from the beginning to the Artesian Well on Doster Road. I'm going to walk that path. It may take 2 videos, but I want to show you some beautiful sights along the creek walk. So let's walk. I'm going to start my little journey from the bridge here at Bridge Street, or Bridge Road, going into Prattville, old downtown Prattville, along the creek. You can see a lot of people out here today on this beautiful Saturday. We're going to follow the creek down to the Artesian Well on Doster Road as the creek flows on toward the Alabama River. To give you an idea where I'm starting from behind a lot of businesses here, and this is the pathway that goes up to Prattville, downtown Prattville. I showed you a view from the other end in another video, and then the backs of the shops over to Bridge Road, and we're going to start here, go down. So here's the side of the Autauga Creek. Since the 1830s, the waters of Autauga Creek have powered cotton gins that have employed generations of families, turned saws that cut wood for lumber to build homes, barns, and businesses, ground corn and grain that have fed families and livestock alike, bathed, baptized, and provided recreation for thousands of people. Autauga Creek continues to be a source of beauty and wonder. I don't know if you can read the other side of the sign, but what it says is that water has always played a significant role in the history of Prattville. Daniel Pratt chose the location for his new town because of the proximity to Autauga Creek and the Alabama River. This area was referred to as an unhealthy quagmire in the earliest records, but the location of Prattville proved to be ideal for Pratt's new town. He built his cotton gin, sawmill, and grist mill on the banks of Autauga Creek in the early 1830s. In 1847, an article in DeBow's Review described Autauga Creek as a bold, clear stream with a pretty waterfall and pine forests making up to the edge. The woods abound with pine timber, the country healthy, navigation convenient, and everything favorable to extensive manufactories. And this is the creek. Now you see these young men right there? Met them and talked to them a while ago. They're going to canoe down the creek, and they're going to try to shoot some video and then get it to me so that I can post it on my YouTube channel. So look for these young men as they take an intrepid trip down Autauga Creek. We're going to continue to walk along this path right here up to the road that crosses the creek at the next bridge. So as you come up the creek walk here along the creek, you'll come to this little roadside attraction, if you will, which is part of an old grist mill. And the sign here, if you come up, will tell you how a grist mill works, and it'll tell you about the McNeil Mill. Now remember those young men that I had told you were going to do some filming for me on the creek as they go down. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for the ruins of this old grist mill, McNeil Mill, and it's on Autauga Creek. You can see it. It's on private property, so please don't trespass if you go down there to see it. You can only see it from the creek itself, which is why I want them to video while they're going down the creek. You can come down here and see a timeline of Autauga Creek history and some interesting pictures. It's just a great place to come and get familiar with the creek. Now right down from that roadside attraction I just showed you is a nice little place that you can walk along. You can walk along the side of the creek all the way to that bridge you see in the distance. You'll see people walking back from that way. But instead of walking down that way, I'm going to take the road and go to that bridge. Shouldn't have told you I was going up to the road and then come down. Then I could have said that I traversed all of this area right here up to this bridge. I'm standing now at the bridge right here. Give you an idea where I'm at. There's the demonstration garden that I shot in my demonstration garden video right behind Prattville Library. Now if you were to walk along the creek itself, you would come out underneath this bridge here to keep on continuing down the creek and around the corner. Now I came along the walking trail now, which leads to the bridge, or comes from the bridge in my case, since that's the direction I'm coming from, across the bridge and then down the walking trail. To give you an idea, here's the demonstration garden and the library that you saw in my demonstration garden video. This is the walking trail. So we're going to walk down this trail and around to the park. If you need to take a break while you're walking around the creek, you can only stop here. Some benches and a little trellis over the top. Doesn't really have a roof. Be great if it had muscadine vines. My grandpa used to have a muscadine vine trellis when I was a kid, and it was a great place to get out of the heat. It smelled great, and the muscadines were fantastic. I'm behind the library. You can see that little tower there. I don't know what that's for. If anybody has any idea, give me a shout. And there's this little place here where I imagine they bring kids to do little lectures or tell stories or something. Here behind the library, it's a beautiful little place, nice and shady in here. And I tell you what, it's going to be the scene in 2 weeks from today. Today is May 2nd, 2020. On May 16th, 2020, I am going to be standing right there on that platform. And we're going to be playing a game called Win Stuff I Don't Want Anymore. Watch for the video to advertise what's going to happen with this game show. YouTube game show, Win Stuff I Don't Want Anymore. I can't wait. I hope you can't either. So I was down there. I have now walked up to the backside of the restrooms and storage facility at Pratt Park. I love this beautiful eagle on the back that they painted on the back with USA on it, and Autauga Creek Canoe Trail. They have these markers all the way down the trail so that you can know that you're on the right track, which would be pretty hard to get off of, even if you wanted to, because it's a creek and it only goes one direction. Beautiful flag. There's the pond on the left. We're going to walk down this way. And trust me, you may look at these videos and say, why is this guy doing this? Because there's a lot of people that can't get out and do this. They can't walk this trail. They don't know what it looks like. There's shut-ins. There's elders that are afraid to get out right now. This is a time for me to show them nature and to show them the beauties of the fine little city that we live in. As you come down next to the pond in Pratt Park along the walking trail, I was right down there. Now I'm up here, and there are several places along the trek you can stop and take a dip into the water. This was a favorite swimming hole. There are several places along the walking trail that you can stop and cool your feet in the nice little Autauga Creek. Walked a little bit further down the track on the other side of the pond near the stadium, and this was featured in one of my other videos. Look for it on YouTube. It's a video where we did a daring turtle rescue. When a turtle fell off this cliff, ended up upside down before he hit the water, and a young lady climbed down this treacherous cliff and rescued the turtle. I've now come up the trail, up past the pond. I'm up next to the stadium and the little amphitheater sitting here. Now, this is a great place to come along the trail and hear performers perform. Performers, get out here, occupy this thing. Get out here and play your music. Get heard by the people. They'll be out in this big field. This is a great place. Be creative. Create not only music, but venues. We're going to walk down the trail on further toward the Artesian Well on Doster Road. And so I've come up a little farther from the pavilion right there on the right side of the trail. The stadium's over here, Stanley Jensen Stadium, where the Prattville Lions play all their home games on Kevin Turner Field. I've come up to this far and come to another indication of a gate, which I take it means you are now leaving Pratt Park. So I've come down from up there, down the trail by the American Legion building. This is another place that if you're coming down the creek, you can get out. If you're coming on a canoe or kayak or a inner tube, there's a sign across the way that says Doster Well exit, right on the creek. It's the exit from the creek. This is the little bridge I was telling you about that's on the walking trail. Here's another little portion of the creek that feeds the main Autauga Creek, coming out from underneath that road right there. And then it flows down underneath this wooden bridge that I'm standing on, down to the creek. It's a nice, beautiful little view of the creek. Peaceful, running water. I came across that little bridge and then I kind of made a right off the trail right here. The creek is on the other side of that trail. And I walked over here to look at where this water's originating from. It's coming out from a pipe underneath the road. This would be a great place to bring young kids to kind of wade in the water. There's no way that it's very deep right in here. There's a lot of rocks and it's just pretty. It's a nice little place to bring a family, set up over here and do a little picnic, bring your own tables and chairs. But it's a beautiful little spot, nice and shady too. Here's a place a lot of people come to play in the water on Autauga Creek. I'm just down the creek a little ways from that bridge, that area that I was showing you earlier. And this is actually the Doster Well. This is where the big artesian well is. And I've shot video of it. You can find it on another one of my videos. When I do a video on artesian wells in Prattville. There are hundreds of them. I won't do them all. A lot of families like to come down here, play in the water. This is as far as we'll go today, but it goes around the corner and on to Alabama River. It's quite a ways down there. We've made it to the Doster Well house, and I'll see you on another video. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Spirit Walking with Spirit Walker. I'm Spirit Walker, and I approve of this message.